Today we're going to look at past participles. And we have past participles in English, and we have them in Spanish. Most of the time in English they end in ed. Finished, jumped, climbed. But we also have a lot of irregular ones. Swum, right? Remember that in English class when you had to remember swim, swam, swum? Well, the first thing that we want to do is we want to know, well, how do we form them? Step one is to take the infinitive. Then we want to drop your AR, ER, or IR. And then we're going to add. If it's an AR verb, we're going to add auto. If it's an ER, IR verb, we're going to add ido. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. Hablar, comer, and vivir. Start with our infinitive, which is what we have here. And then we want to drop our AR and add, because we have an AR verb, auto. And this would be spoken. Speak, spoke, spoken. Comer, drop our ER, and we are going to add ido. I know, on its own it sounds a little funny, but we'll get into the when we use these a little bit later. Vivir, drop off our IR, add ido, and we have lived. So that's what we need to do to form our regular past participles in Spanish. Now, the ido endings of the ER and the IR so that's what we're talking about over here. When we use these, we have to put on a written accent on the I of ido when it directly follows a vowel, which is an A, an E, or an O. All right, well, when would that happen? Let's look at one. Traer. Take off your ER and add ido. So when this I directly follows an A, an E, or an O, we're going to put an accent on there. Let's look at one more. Oír. Take off our IR. Our I is directly following an O, and we're going to put on an accent. Alright, so over here we have our regulars. Over here we have a slight variation. But the third thing that we need to know are our irregular participles. There aren't a lot of irregular past participles, but there are enough that you're going to have to take a Friday night, go over them, memorize them, so that you have them. So abrir, cubrir, decir, right? The list goes on and on and on, and there are a few more out there, but these are the most common ones that you need to know. Take this as the participle. Take some time, make some flashcards, go ahead and memorize them. So our past participles in Spanish, to form them, we start with our infinitive. We drop our AR, ER, and IR, and we add our ending, which is the auto or the ido. We have to be careful when it's following an I with an A, E, or an O. We're going to have to put on an accent, and there are some irregulars. Alright, we'll come back later and tell you how to use these, but for now, we need to know how to form them. Go out and try some on your own and let me know how it goes. Suerte!